Amplissime cancelari, plagetti tibi autoficium incipiat.
Placet.
Please remain standing for the prayer of invocation, given by the Reverend Wilfred Langmain, our student advocate. Wilfred.
Thank you, Dr. Campbell. This is a really special thing for me to do each year. I look forward to it each year, particularly because I've had meaningful contact with so many of you wonderful graduates over the course of your journey. But it's all the more special this year, as I always remember there's nothing worth sharing like the love that let us share our name. But congratulations to all. Before the array of sights and sounds these next couple of hours, I'm going to ask you to stand in silence and reflect for a moment before these grand celebrations begin in a brief guided meditation. And I'd encourage you to do so within the context of your faith tradition. So just take a moment right now to be aware of the sensation of your breath. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Being present in this moment, right here, right now. Thankful for this day. Thankful for those who have guided us on our way. Parents, family members, spouses, soulmates, children, faculty, staff, classmates. Thankful for the gifts that we've been given. Thankful for the opportunities we've been shown. Thankful for the strength that we have shown. Thankful for this moment. In joyful anticipation of all that lies ahead. Amen.
Please be seated. I'd like to take a moment here at the beginning of our ceremony to recognize that our university sits on traditional Wolastoqey territory. The river that runs by us is known as the Wallastuck, along which live the Wallasteek, the people of the beautiful river. I'm now pleased to call upon Ramona Nicholas, an alumna of UNB, to deliver a traditional Wolastoqey welcome.
Waliwan shall nukmasig nagamusumsug, Waliwan shall galwizid, Nildaliwas deposit galwizitid nagigug. I just want to say welcome to everybody this morning to this beautiful and exciting day. I will start this off with a song from our late elder in residence, Gwen Bear.
Zoo
congratulations to the graduates.
Thank you, Ramona. I'm going to take this moment to introduce the members of our platform party and ask that you direct your attention to the screens on either side of this platform. The members of our party include our Chancellor, members of the Board of Governors, honorary degree recipient, professors emeriti, deans, faculty, and staff. My name is Eddie Campbell, and I'm President and Vice Chancellor of the University of New Brunswick. Thank you all for being here on this very special day. Mr. Chancellor, member of the Board of Governors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most especially our graduates, welcome to this, the 189th Encaenia of the University of New Brunswick. Encaenia is a Greek word meaning Festival of Founders. The University of New Brunswick is one of the only institutions in North America to call its spring graduation ceremonies Encaenia. In fact, the Canadian Oxford Dictionary suggests that only two other universities use this reference, the University of King's College in Halifax and Oxford University in England. But the idea of Encaenia is more than just a graduation. It is also a dedication ceremony. And this event is dedicated to you, our newest honored graduates. As you embark on your life, full of hopes and dreams, you are certain to discover that life is filled with challenges, filled with twists and turns. The playing field will not be even, and life will often not be fair. But just as there are challenges, there also exist a multitude of opportunities. I like to quote from one of our graduates, a man by the name of Stephen McClellan, who works in Chicago. He is fond of saying that what is important in life is not what happens to you, but rather how you react to what happens to you. You will not always succeed, but you must not be afraid to fail. You never know what greatness or happiness you will find if you are open to the unexpected. Already, all over the world, UNB graduates are making a significant difference. They are creating positive change in their local and global communities, and today, as graduates, you follow in their footsteps with the challenge of building upon what they have already accomplished. Learning is a lifelong endeavor. It is not something that will stop when you leave these halls, and it is our hope and our expectation that you will remain curious, that you will remain open to learning from those around you, and that you will strive for greatness in everything that you do. For us here at the university, it is truly an honor and a great delight to participate in what we believe to be one of the biggest and most proud moments of your life. But we are also absolutely certain that you're just getting started, and there will be many more great events to follow. I would also like to mention here as we begin, almost none of you made it here alone. There was a small army of people gathered around you, parents, partners, family members, friends, who helped you arrive at this particular day. And they too share in your accomplishments. And I want to take a moment to offer our congratulations to them. Let's have a round of applause for all those folks who helped you. Class of 2018, you have worked hard and you have earned your place in our rich history of some 233 years. We are all very proud of you, and I am delighted to be the first among many to offer you our congratulations and also to offer you advice. You're going to get lots of advice here today. I would like now to draw your attention to page 20 of the program. The medals listed there will be presented during our Encaenia ceremonies, but there are many other medals and prizes that are awarded at this university. They appear below the recipient's name in the graduation list. They were either awarded at faculty award ceremonies or they can be picked up at the respective faculties. So on behalf of the university, I want to congratulate all of our recipients here today and express the hope and the expectation that you will maintain for the rest of your lives the high standards you have demonstrated in qualifying for these awards. I will now ask our Vice President Academic, Dr. George McLean, to assist our Chancellor, Dr. Alison McCain, with the presentation of the medals. George.
The Douglas Gold Medal is UNB's oldest academic award. It was endowed by Sir Howard Douglas, the third Lieutenant Governor of the province, and was first presented in 1833. It is awarded for the best composition in prose or verse in Greek, Latin, or English on any subject within the regular course of study pursued in the university. This year, the Douglas Gold Medal is awarded to Mary Bethany Langmaid of the Faculty of Arts for her composition, Truth, Lies, and False News, the Deconstruction of History in Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. Through the generosity of Her Honor, the Lieutenant Governor, a silver medal is awarded each spring to the outstanding graduating student in each of the faculties on the Fredericton campus. At this ceremony, we will present the medals in Arts, Law, and Renaissance College. I would ask each recipient to come up to the platform as your name is called to receive your medal from the Chancellor. The Lieutenant Governor's silver medal in Arts is awarded to Riley Lawhead. The Lieutenant Governor's Silver Medal in Renaissance College is awarded to Isla Purcell. Unfortunately, Ms. Purcell is out of the province and unable to accept her award today. Please join me in congratulating her. And the Lieutenant Governor's Silver Medal in Law is awarded to Nicole Sample.
I have to comment what a pleasure it must have been for Wilfred to see his daughter receive that medal. We will now proceed to the conferring of an honorary degree. The recipient will be presented by our orator, Dr. Linda Keeley. Linda.
Thank you. Justice J. Ernest Drapeau to be Doctor of Laws. As we celebrate the 125th anniversary of UNB's law school, what could be more fitting than to award an honorary degree, an honorary doctorate, to an outstanding and well-respected New Brunswick judge who has been described as an important defender of the independence of the judiciary. Recently, Mr. Drapeau hung up his robe, so to speak, and as Chief Justice, after serving in that role from 2003 to 2018. Prior to his appointment to the highest court in the province, he was a Justice of the Court of Appeal from 1998 to 2003. To be appointed directly from practicing lawyer to appeal court judge is unusual, but Mr. Drapeau's previous history and accomplishments provide some hints as to the milestones in his successful career. Born in Campbellton, he obtained his BA from the Université de Moncton and then studied law at UNB as a Beaverbrook Scholar. Finishing first in his class of 60 in 1974, he won many honors. He was the co-winner of the W. Harrison Shield Moot Court competition, as well as winning the Lieutenant Governor's Silver Medal and the Carswell Prize given by the Faculty of Law. Between 1974 and 1998, he practiced criminal and private civil law, as well as public interest litigation. While in practice, he served as the president of the Shediac Chamber of Commerce, as well as president of the Westmoreland County branch of the Cystic Fibrosis Society, and was also director of the Université de Moncton's Alumni Association. In 1990, he became Queen's Counsel. In his role as a Justice of the Appeal Court and as Chief Justice, he participated in a number of important cases that address many of the challenging legal and social issues of our time. Examples include language rights, the recognition and reconciliation of Aboriginal treaty rights, the Beaverbrook Art Gallery dispute, the scourge of sexual assault, the limits of the police search following an arrest, and the question of whether the accused charged in a murder trial is entitled to a new trial because of an error in a trial judge's charge to the jury on a point of law. In 2011, the Right Honourable Beverly McLaughlin, then Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada, asked Justice Drapeau to serve as Vice Chair of the Canadian Judicial Council, a federal body mandated to promote efficiency, uniformity, and accountability, and to improve the quality of judicial service in the Superior Courts of Canada. He was the first Chief Justice of New Brunswick to serve in this role. In addition to his other duties, he has chaired the Queen's Counsel Committee and the Order of New Brunswick Committee. And for his service to New Brunswick and Canada, he was awarded both the Golden Jubilee and Diamond Jubilee medals in 2002 and 2012, respectively. It is a great privilege for the University of New Brunswick to bestow on Justice Drapeau an honorary doctorate of laws. Insignissimi praeses amplissime cancellari tota universitas praesento vobis J. Ernest Drapeau, ut admititator honoris causa ad gradum doctoris in troque iure in Universitate Novi Brunswicki.
Ego admitto te, J. Ernest Drapeau, honoris causa ad gradum doctoris in utroque iure in Universitate Novi Brunswicki. We will now proceed to the conferring of degrees in course. May I extend to all of you who will graduate here today the warmest congratulations of your university. When you first came here as a student, you became a member of the UNB family. And today, all of this family, your teachers, colleagues, friends, administrators, faculty and staff, share your pride in reaching this most important milestone. We are here to recognize your hard work and your sacrifice, and we wish you every success and every happiness in the future. We hope that you will always value what you have learned here and that you will forever remember your alma mater with fondness and with affection. We will begin with the bachelor's degrees, followed by the master's and doctoral degrees. Candidates for the bachelor's degrees will be presented by the orator.
The bachelor's degrees in arts, applied arts, Juris Doctor, philosophy, and integrated studies. Candidate The Acting Dean of Arts, Dr. Ted McDonald, will present the Bachelor of Arts diplomas. Bachelor of Arts with First Class Honors, Julian Thomas Bernstein. Carly Jean Calver. Lauren Elizabeth Coffey. Benjamin Jeremy Dawson. Ty Betts Giffen. Cora Lynn Jackson. Marika Karaki. Samantha Ashley Laundrie. Mary Bethany Langmaid, our prize winner. Morgan Elizabeth Kathleen LeBlanc. Brittany Marie Long. Connor Allen McCauley. Keegan Brooke Manson Curry. Christina Matta. Nicole Carolyn Maxwell. Ella Margaret McPherson Ratz. Morgan Elizabeth Richard. Kate Amy Ritchie. Christine Doris Roy. Alexandria Stockford. Ainsley Catherine Margaret Swift. Bachelor of Arts Honors, Jeffrey David Lewis. Carolyn Kathleen Mercier. Brianna Desiree Harper. Riley Brooke Lawhead. Alexandra Gabrielle Knoppers. Bachelor of Arts, First Division, Ryan Sterling Bell. Cassandra Lynn Bullitt. Elena Cochran. Dawn Lee Daly. Maxime Filiatro. Matthew Doucette Frick. Zachary James. Stephanie Doris Kingston. Chelsea Marie Lane. Corina Dawn Mapplebeck. Allison Marie Meng. Nicole Ann Morrison. Benjamin Pelashek Murray. Carly Lynn Norton. Bailey Michelle Brandress. Bachelor of Arts, Victoria Elizabeth Ackerman. Janae Caitlin Beasley. David Kevin B.A. Sarah Blandford. Brett Robert Booth. Christopher Justin Brooks. Leah Lynn Butler. Tiffany Leanne Camole. Hannah Maria Cooper. Hannah Margaret Curry. Stephanie Carol Jean Daigle. Nicholas Glendon Frederick Day. Brennan Joseph Ducarafo. Kellyanne Leslie Fahey. Michaela Kathleen Francis Finnemore. Brittany Alyssa Ann Florianic. Artemi Frolov. Michael Irvin Gahan. Holly Emma Gallant. Ryan Gregory Gallant Edwards. Connor John Hewitt. Amanda Nicole King. Jazo Lombe. Jean-Louise McDonald. Javon Damian Masters. Adrian Eve McAdam Sears. Annie Lynn McLaughlin. Kaylee Marie Mullen Way. Molly Inez O'Brien. Cameron Michael O'Leary. Brandon Arnold Pike. Emily Frances Perdue. Thomas Herbert Race. Alexander Clark Reynolds. Marcel Joseph Richard. Emily Ann Robichaud. Shaylee Dawn Rutledge. Julia Priscilla Sanders. Sydney Aaron Shattuck. Jada Victoria Shuffler Haywood. Bianca Lynn Simon. Michaela Jade Smith. Amanda Ann Stebbins. Bachelor of Arts, Applied Arts, First Division. Audrey Hamlin Sanamour. Cheryl Heather Spring. Samantha Cheryl Ann Spring. Bachelor of Applied Arts, Dara Elizabeth Long. Kirsten Ann Stackhouse. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Arts degrees. The Dean of Law, John Clefield, will present the Juris Doctor. Juris Doctor with distinction, Samantha Joanne Goodine. Catherine Jane Hutchins. Ian Matthew McCarville. Patrick Dalton McGinty. Tricia Lynn Peltier. Hillary Shirley Perry. Nicole Stephanie Marie Sample. Kelsey Norma Elizabeth White. Juris Doctor, Jerica Delgado Almonte. Brandon David Baird. Alana Rose Bernard. Samuel Brodeur. Michael Coleman Brown. Jake Robert Edgar Calder. Jody Rochelle Carr. Michael James Carver. Justin John Cashin. Stephanie Marie Charlton. Samuel Copeland Clements. Andrew James Coulthard. Catherine Elizabeth Creighton. Juliette Guerrero Diet. Andrea Daly. Jennifer Elaine Davis. Kristen Andrea Doiron. Desiree Elena Duplessis. Natalie Jean Feltrin. Callie Ann Marjorie Fraze. Peter Nielsen Gaji. Genevieve Hélène Gagné. Lauren Leslie Gergely. Brandon Gary William Gillespie. Kurt Reginald Godard. Brittany Lee Goodwin. Jacob Raymond Greenslade. Matthew Robert Edward Hashi. Patricia Lynn Henheffer. Tessa Hills. Matthew Young Jacobs. Alana Maud Josie. Andrew Reed Kinley. Scott Lindstedt. Benjamin Arthur Lord. I know. Patrick Michael Lozier. Vicky Marie McDonald. Matthew McLeod. Elizabeth Margaret Matheson. Jennifer Ann McCarthy. Tifara Dawn McLean. Chad Michael Leonard McQuaid. Melinda Marie Moore. Taylor Ryan Morin. Mary Bridget Morrissey. John Allen Shute Morse. Malloy. Ryan Robert Malloy. Mary Kathleen Grace Murphy. Jun Yi. Chris Hugh Pelkey. Jill Terry Pilgrim. Jeremy Fabian Power. Marianne Teresa Rennie. Blaze Lewis Roberts. Sarah Melinda Rouse. Emily Sarah Rowe. Nikita Andrea Francis Ryan. Nathan Winston Scoley. Alexander Sholov. Harrison Smith. Lillian Jennifer Taylor. Rebecca Van Veen. Remy Ventura. Mohsin Shahir Warsi. Emma Mae Wilson. Trevor Wong. Thank you. Sunny Shui. This concludes the granting of Juris Doctor. The Dean of Renaissance College, Dr. Cynthia Stacy, will present the Bachelor of Philosophy and the Bachelor of Integrated Studies diplomas. Bachelor of Philosophy, First Division, Cassandra Allison Boulanger. Daniel James Chandra. Ryan Joseph Dixon. Courtney Lynn Foster. Emma Barbara Foster. Ellen Mary Workman Hiltz. Danielle Emma LeBlanc. Haley McIsaac. Kiana Marie Aileen Marr. Amy Michelle Martins. Marie Claire Olson. Elizabeth Mary Rowe. Emily May Roy. Danica Helen Smith. Jessica Daphne Vandenmoore. Bachelor of Philosophy, Luke Andrew Kevin Arsenault. The Bachelor of Integrated Studies, First Division, Victoria Lee Cosgrove. Lori Lee Roxanne Critch. Lisette Marie Jones. Lynn Patricia Kane. Bachelor of Integrated Studies, Sandra Helen LeBreton. Kelly Ann Watson. And this concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Philosophy and Integrated Studies degrees.
We will now confer the master's degrees in course. The candidates will be presented by the Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Drew Rendell.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to present the candidates for master's degrees in Arts, Philosophy and Policy Studies, and Applied Health Services Research. Candidates may remain seated for the supplication. Insignissimi praeses, amplissime cancellare, supplicant senatui et vic venerabile collegio gubernatorum, I baccalaureae vel scholares in facultate artium, quorum nomina ac studia emerite cognita sut et promulgata ut admittantur et proprium magistri gradum in sua quisque facultate.
Placetni vobis senatores, placetni gubernatores, ut hi supplicatoris admittantur.
Placet. Supplicants for the aforesaid master's degrees will now please stand for admission by the President. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellare, tota universitas, praesento vobis oce supplicatores in supra dictas facultatibus, ut admittantur et proprium magistri gradum in sua quisque facultate, testorque illos quae omnia quae statuta nostra recurrent, aptos et idoneos esse.
Ego admitto vos ad gradum magistri in Universitati Novi Brunswicki.
You may now join us on the stage for individual acceptance. Dr. Mary McKenna, the Assistant Dean in the School of Graduate Studies, will present the master's diplomas. For the degree of Master of Arts, Ian Douglas Baird. Marianne Elizabeth Luell. Joseph Daniel McCallum. William Jesse Webb. For the degree of Master of Philosophy in Policy Studies, Nina Lynn Ann McCarthy. This concludes the granting of master's degrees.
We will now confer the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy. The candidates will be presented by Dr. Rendell.
It's a pleasure to help confer degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, the highest award granted by a university. I ask the candidates please to stand for the supplication. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellare, supplicant senatui et vic venerabile collegio gubernatorum. Brian Christopher Carty, Interdisciplinary Studies. Elizabeth Margaret Craig, English. Donna Janine Curtis Maillet, Interdisciplinary Studies. Alekia Das, Sociology. Jennifer Lynn Dobelstein, Interdisciplinary Studies. Christina Doré, Interdisciplinary Studies. Janice Estelle Harvey, Interdisciplinary Studies. Ross Ledbetter, Interdisciplinary Studies. Sylvia Joy McNeil Gautreau, Interdisciplinary Studies. Matthew William McDowell, Experimental Psychology. Ian Gordon Rice, Sociology. Jessica Catherine Ann Taylor, Interdisciplinary Studies. And Petrea Leah Taylor, Interdisciplinary Studies. Magistri vel baccalaureate ut admittentur ad gradum philosophiae doctoris.
Placetni vobis senatoris, placetni gubernatoris, ut hi supplicatoris admittentur.
Placet. I'd ask the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy now please to step forward and approach the dais for the admission. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellari, tota universitas, praesento vobis oces supplicatores, ut admittentur ad gradum philosophiae doctores testorque illos, quoel omnia quae statuta nostra requirant, aptos et idonios esse.
Ego admitto vos ad gradum philosophiae doctoris in Universitati Novi Brunswick.
I invite you now to join us on the stage for individual acceptance. pausing. Donna Janine Curtis Maillet, to be Doctor of Philosophy in Interdisciplinary Studies for a thesis entitled Knowledge Co-Construction Through Knowledge Actions, a case study of the Southwestern New Brunswick Bay of Fundy Joint Fisherman Scientist Ovigerous Female Lobster Abundance Project. Alekia Baba Das, to be Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology for a thesis entitled The Role of Husbands in Women's Health-Seeking Behavior. Jennifer Lynn Doblstein, to be Doctor of Philosophy in Interdisciplinary Studies for a thesis entitled The Conditions of Work Are the Conditions of Care, Focused Ethnography of the Implementation of an Evidence-Based Practice Guideline and its Impact on Teamwork, the Work Environment, and Resident Care in a Senior Care Facility in New Brunswick. Janice Estelle Harvey, to be Doctor of Philosophy in Interdisciplinary Studies for a thesis entitled The Changing Face of Hegemony and the Politics of Unsustainability, Eco-Political Discourse in the Globe and Mail Editorials 1960 to 2016. Ross Ledbetter, to be Doctor of Philosophy in Interdisciplinary Studies for a thesis entitled Work Team Knowledge Conversion and Interdisciplinary Understanding. Sylvia Joy McNeil Gautreau, to be Doctor of Philosophy in Interdisciplinary Studies for a thesis entitled Developing a Communication Checklist to Enhance Patient Satisfaction with Total Knee Replacement Surgery, a Mixed Methods Study. Ian Gordon Rice to be Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology for a thesis entitled Voices from the Field, a case study in the sociology of professions, identity, and the professionalization of social work in Canada. There's no rush. Jessica Catherine Ann Taylor to be Doctor of Philosophy in Interdisciplinary Studies for a thesis entitled Come and See What God Has Done, Religious Violence and Sexual Violence in the Bosnian War, 1992 to 1995. Patria Lee Taylor to be Doctor of Philosophy in Interdisciplinary Studies for a thesis entitled Help Seeking for Suicidality in Women Who Have Experienced Intimate Partner Violence, a Feminist Rounded Theory and Photo Voice Study. That leaves one final degree to confer this morning, and that is to Brian Carty, who passed suddenly and tragically last fall. At the time, Brian had just submitted his dissertation to the School of Graduate Studies for final examination and consideration for the award of the PhD. That process continued, a full examining board was constituted, and they offered the unanimous decision that the work merited the award of the PhD. So it's a great pleasure and an honor to be able to award the degree posthumously today. Accepting on behalf of Brian are his two sons, Alex and Ian, and his mother, June. I'd ask them please to join the President and the Chancellor to receive the Doctor of Philosophy in Interdisciplinary Studies. That concludes the granting of degrees in course.
Well, congratulations to all our graduates. I will note that for those of you who struggle with Latin, there is an English translation of your degree in the folder. I would now like to invite Jill Jolino, President of our Associated Alumni, to welcome our latest alumni. Jill.
Good morning. Your Honor, Mr. Chancellor, honorary degree recipient, Dr. Drapeau, thank you, President Campbell, distinguished guests, family, and friends of UNB. What a great morning. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you and to see you graduate. So congratulations again on achieving this milestone. Traditionally, as part of the graduation ceremony, the president of the UNB Alumni Association would offer a few words of welcome as you transition from students to alumni. In recent years, the Alumni Association decided to change things up a bit and enlisted help from fellow members of our alumni family to deliver the welcome message. And this comes to you from all over the world. Please direct your attention to the two screens, one of the two screens.
When we say we're proudly UNB, we're not just saying we went there.
We're saying we're part of something. Something big, something strong, something deep, transformational.
Lifelong.
Something that has allowed me to take on the world, to discover my passions, strengths, to wake up every day and do what I love.
To be part of something special, a global community.
To network, socialize.
To celebrate our accomplishments together as UNB grads.
And now, it's your turn to make your mark.
Your connection to UNB is not something you leave behind you.
It's something you take with you.
Something you cherish and nurture.
Something you shine brightly. Something you say loudly.
Proudly. You are UNB's greatest ambassadors.
No matter where you go, who you meet, or what you do, stay connected. UNB is a part of us, who we are, and who you've just become.
You will always be proudly UNB.
Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the alumni family.
In 2000, the UNB Associated Alumni introduced a new UNB tradition, the presentation of alumni pins to new graduates. We hope this pin will carry the individual memories of a life-changing experience at UNB and serve as a reminder that when you combine an ambitious goal and personal dedication, you can attain anything. Maybe more importantly, the pin is a symbol that you were, you are, and you will always be part of our family. We are a family of over 87,000 strong who work to better our world each and every day. We hope you wear your pin with pride. We know that you leave UNB with more knowledge, a greater sense of community, and the potential to make a significant difference in the quality of your own lives and the lives of those you touch as you take the next step in your life's journey. UNB alumni are world-class leaders, innovators, healers, teachers, pioneers. We know that you will make your own mark on the world, and we cannot wait to see what you will do. Congratulations on a job very well done, and again, welcome to the alumni family. I now invite members of our UNB alumni to present the 2018 UNB Alumni Pin.
Thank you, Jill. Once again this year, the graduating class has asked that the valedictory be presented at Encaenia, and our valedictorian for this ceremony is Jacob Greenslade from Bedford, Nova Scotia, who received his Juris Doctor today. Mr. Greenslade, I invite you to deliver the valedictory address.
Hi. Whoa. I'm going to do this in Latin, so bear with me. Of course, I'm kidding. Congratulations, class of 2018. My name is Jacob Greenslade, and today I become a graduate of UNB Law. I am beyond honored and grateful to have the extraordinary pleasure of being this graduating class's valedictorian. I would not have made it here today to this ceremony without my partner of 10 years, Kimberly Devitt, whom I love very much. My parents, Lorna and Peter Greenslade, Kim's parents, Brenda and Hugh, as well as all our family and friends. Sarah and Emily, thank you. All of us graduating have friends, family, mentors, professors, co-workers, doctors, and in my case, an excellent library staff who deserve our thanks. I don't just speak for myself in saying thank you to all of you. I would also like to thank Tessa Hills and Blaze Roberts for nominating me for valedictorian. Their enthusiasm and encouragement went a long way in influencing me to go through the motions and be here today. For all my classmates who have been annoyed by my frequent speaking and inquiries these past 3 years, my apologies. But I'm not done yet. I've been told that jokes don't always go over well at these things, but I've gotten mixed advice, so we'll try it out. A great friend of mine who I met at UNB once asked me, "How do you know you're on a date with a lawyer?" Before I could answer, they said, after an hour of talking at their date, they say, "That's enough about the law, let's talk about me." My goal during this address is to avoid as best I can both of these cliches or social no-nos. Everyone here today has accomplished something great. We've all heard this before, and I remember thinking to myself, yeah, right, almost 6 years ago when I got my undergraduate degree. But since then, I've come to realize and appreciate just how important gaining knowledge is and how fortunate we are in experiencing post-secondary education, and more specifically, the post-secondary education we received and enjoyed at UNB. I was not told to say that, I promise. I'm a huge fan of trivia, and this love has grown while attending UNB. During my time here, myself and many of my classmates have had the pleasure of participating in a number of trivial endeavors, both on and off campus. One team that played regularly was called This Is What You Can Do with an English Degree. While hilarious, it incites a certain malaise of self-deprecation that exists among those who have accomplished this great feat, graduated from university, and for some, without many job prospects. Though it can be discouraging to cross this stage today without any idea of where you're going or what you're doing, I would hope that all of us here today can appreciate what we have done these last 3 and 4, and for some of you, many more years. The somewhat contrary evanescence of all of this seems so real today. We can be assured that today we would perform better at trivia than we would have 4 years ago. But is this one up on your friends in Jeopardy worth the money, stress, and time we've invested here? I think yes. What is more important is that you have participated in the expansion of thought, critical thinking, and the accumulation of knowledge. This can never be taken away from you. We have the ability to determine what we do with our degrees, where they will take us, and what we will make of these short lives we are privileged to have on this great spinning rock hurtling through space and time. Us millennials often get a bad rap. Too often we're the butt end of jokes about our propensity for tech obsession, lack of drive, poor social skills, and cynicism, like some weird episode of Black Mirror. It's easy to get bogged down by the negativity, or haters, as we would call them. But it's more important and more beneficial to consider the good. Our generation exists comparatively in a less violent time where medical, technological, and academic advancement has resulted in our species overcoming obstacles we never thought possible. But everyone who has picked up a book these past years, or read the notes of someone who did, knows that problems we face together are not simple, not day and night, but instead nuanced and often very complicated. This generation has new insights shaped by the modern world and the ability to design creative solutions to often daunting problems. So you're getting a history degree and you're not sure what you're going to do with it. Be creative. You can determine what to do with your degree and the knowledge you've accumulated. Write letters to your MLA, work with universities and other research institutions, try and think outside the box to achieve goals you haven't even yet considered. The collegial atmosphere at UNB that results in such strong bonds is something truly special. No doubt the high number of Newfoundlanders have some influence in making this so. I remain optimistic, and after 3 years at UNB, it's impossible not to be. If we're not optimistic, our pleasure, ambition, drive, and perseverance is stifled. Our engagement with critical thinking these past years should hold the keys to equipping each and every one of us to think on the bright side, even when that side isn't yet on the horizon. Always think on the bright side of life. Anyway, like many of you, I have had struggles with mental health, self-confidence, and a commitment to just keep swimming. But we've made it here today. We've endured, we've succeeded, and we have accomplished no small feat. We're fortunate to have been able to study when so many others all over the world with untapped potential will never get this opportunity. But we can appreciate this reality while giving ourselves a well-deserved pat on the back. This valedictory address is not an invitation for me to pontificate on what I subjectively believe. For me and many of my classmates, we've spent an unreasonable amount of time these past 3 years grappling with what reasonable means and what objective truths are. The honor I have to speak to you all and saying farewell to the classmates I have grown so close with and others who I have spent these years in Fredericton with afford me and provide me the opportunity to pass along some unsolicited objective truths, at least as I subjectively see them. For the sake of time, your sanity, and your desire to be free from this place, I will make it short. The first is that, as a seemingly average in every way white male, I need to take the time to mention the need for me and those who look like me to support the women in our lives. These are our mothers, sisters, daughters, friends, and most importantly, our fellow human beings. That I feel the need to spend some of my valedictory address in 2018 telling my fellow classmates that our generation must be the one to conquer gender inequality should be troubling. 100 years after women earned the right to vote, 99 for New Brunswick, we still regularly hear of inequality and unacceptable conduct against women by men in the workplace, in the home, downtown, and elsewhere. The culture of misogyny is real, and those who are sick of hearing about it and are currently rolling their eyes, too bad. When the President of the United States of America is a known misogynist, as well as countless others in and out of the spotlight in Canada and outside, the need to use our voices, but above all, our actions to firmly assert that this conversation will soon be studied, not debated, ought to seem obvious. It is on our generation to firmly demand through our conduct and discourse that destructive preconceived notions about people based on race, sexual orientation, gender, and assumption have no place in the modern world. This group of people who will go out in the world with more knowledge and the tools to effect change need also consider and confront head-on the issues that Indigenous peoples in this country face. Our systemic racism and disregard has endured far too long. Our unwillingness to admit to ourselves the need for reconciliation is at a breaking point. It is our generation, this group of people in front of me, who need to welcome in with open arms the tides of progress and change in this area. In 2015, before I began law school, the United Nations released a report about Canadian relations with Indigenous peoples. The report included concern regarding the disproportionate rates of life-threatening forms of violence, homicides, and disappearances affecting Indigenous women. The report also noted that some Indigenous peoples in Canada lack access to basic needs and insufficient funding for childcare services. In 3 years, there may have been some progress, but still far too little. It is on us to consider the solutions needed in addressing these systemic issues. Societal changes often occur over long periods of time, we all know that, but sometimes it is rapid change that is needed. All of us here, with the knowledge we've gathered, can promote these changes. We have something different than faith that we can achieve this. We now have an informed and educated guess. So now that the lecture is over, I can say farewell, which after all is the whole point of me being up here. To say we are all going on to great things is both cliche and inaccurate, at least in the sense that you're not all going to be Bill Gates or Nelson Mandela or Malala Yousafzai. For many of us, great things will be finding a career, a family, traveling to new places, and getting as much out of life as we possibly can. And those things are all great. If I've learned nothing else from studying law, it's that the same word can have different meanings. Some of those among us have already achieved great things. Ian McCarville, a close friend and classmate, was recently accepted into Harvard Law School for his master's. Another friend and classmate, Hilary Perry, has accepted a job at the federal court as a clerk. Nadine Violet from the Renaissance College played a pivotal role in opening the 203, UNB's Resource Center for Gender and Sexual Diversity. These great accomplishments deserve praise and recognition, but let us never forget about the Melissas, Jessicas, Michaels, and Jacobs out there today who scraped by in that 1 or 5 classes, who struggled with hidden problems and sometimes what seemed like unmanageable workloads. We've all made it. We're here all sitting next to one another as peers, friends, and equals, at least in the sense that we all got our very expensive piece of paper. We have all done something great by getting here today, and that greatness will continue on. On this, the 125th anniversary of UNB's law school and the valedictory address coming from a graduating law student, I thought I'd include a quote from our most recent former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada, our first female Chief Justice and the longest-serving Chief Justice, the Honorable Beverly McLaughlin. She once said in an interview, I've always just been motivated to do the best I could on the problem before me, and I've never really thought about legacy. Or, as the Pulitzer Prize-winning rapper Kendrick Lamar wrote, sit down, be humble. As someone who leaves an extraordinary lasting legacy in Canadian jurisprudence and history, Chief Justice McLaughlin, not Kendrick Lamar, her advice would suit us well. Give every problem you face your best effort, and the legacy will follow. I'd ask you to join me in throwing my hat in the air, but it's probably a liability. Farewell, class of 2018, and congratulations.
Thank you very much, Jacob. You know, I think I am fond of saying that my generation has left a significant number of problems behind us, but being at events like this, I'm absolutely convinced that you are going to fix them. You're going to have your own collection of problems, however. Let's not make any mistake. There's something called the human condition. In any event, on behalf of the Chancellor, the Board of Governors, the Senate, and the faculty and the staff, I extend to all who have received their degrees here today our most sincere congratulations on your achievements and our very best wishes for your future. At this time, I want to offer a few thank yous, a very special thank you to the St. John String Quartet, David Adams, Danny Sametz, Christopher Buckley, Sonia Adams, and trumpeter Robert Dutton for providing the music. It's always a treat. Thank you so much. There's also a small army of people who work behind the scenes to make sure that this event goes as smoothly as possible for everybody. They work very hard to make this work for you. I'd like a round of applause for those folks too, please. And I will point out that at the conclusion of this ceremony, you are all cordially invited to attend an Encaenia tea in the Alberta Alumni Reception Centre. It's on the first floor of this building, 4 floors down. There is a photo booth there if you want to capture more memories with your family and your friends. And now we're in for a treat. I'm going to invite Alexander Landine, who is a Bachelor of Education student here at UNB, to come onto the platform and lead us in the singing of O Canada. Would you please rise and please remain standing until the academic procession is retired at the end of the anthem.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Thank you.